great advances in the wall covering industry, which allow designers to take materials of all kinds and turn bare walls to beautiful.
Hi, I'm Mike Sand with Philip Jeffries. I'm the Southeast Regional Sales Manager.
And I'm Christine Conde, the Showroom Manager.
And we would like to welcome you to our beautiful new Philip Jeffries showroom here in the Design Center of Hollywood.
We take a look at some of the advancements, versatility, and trends in wall covering on today's SoFlo Home Project. Welcome to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra. Over the last year, spending so much time indoors has left us yearning to connect more with nature. And that's reflected in some of the latest new design trends, especially in beautiful wall coverings. Today, we'll look at the latest materials to make wall coverings, how to bring beautiful nature-inspired design onto your walls, matching your color palette by customizing wallpaper, and so much more. We're here today at the South Florida Design Park visiting the new Philip Jeffries showroom, joined by the Regional Sales Manager of Florida, Mike Sand.
Hello, Alena. So happy to host you here in our beautiful new showroom.
Thanks, Mike. And we're also joined by Christine Conde, the Showroom Manager here at this Philip Jeffries location. Welcome.
Hi, Alena. Thank you for having us.
So we're excited to be here today. Wall covering, wallpaper, all of this stuff is such a hot trend in home decor. And we thought it would be fun to share with our viewers some of the latest trends, just general tips on selecting the right wall covering, and so much more. So I figured we'd first start with, when selecting wall covering for your home, where do homeowners begin?
One of the things that we like to say here at Philip Jeffries is, tell me about your project. And when you ask that leading question, it helps to determine what kind of space you're going to be doing and the use that the space is going to have. And then also what you want to accomplish from that. We refer to our product as wall coverings and not wallpaper because paper is printed on paper, and our wall coverings are elevated textures, as we like to say.
We have different types of textures, so it really depends on what type of area we're going to be using the wall covering.
Absolutely, and we're in front of some great textures right here. So why don't we start with this? Because I know that sometimes when it comes to natural materials, that there are some considerations that we need to think about. And we've got some amazing grass cloth textured wall coverings right here.
Absolutely. This is my favorite collection. The thing with grass cloths is they do create a beautiful paneling effect. And a lot of people refer to that as seams, but for me, there is nothing more beautiful than seeing that paneling.
So let's talk quickly about that. So the paneled effect is when you have multiple, we call it drops of the paper and the insulation,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
Each panel may have like a shade variation because it's natural?
Well, with our product, we use the first year's growth of grass. Gives us the quality that takes the pigmentation very well and as well as very consistent in fiber. We have some things that are with a little more saturation in color. And if we go down here as well, we'll see a couple more things that have some nice chunky knots.
These look a little bit more refined.
Correct. What happens with the Bermuda hemp is that the grass is bleached and the background is pigmented. So it gives you that very refined look with the grass standing out.
Absolutely. So I guess depending on the type of interior that you want to highlight, this is for that cleaner look, but because it's natural, still will have a paneled appearance, correct?
Yeah, you're going to see slight seams.
Especially with the natural collection, it's so interesting because it creates that depth and dimension. And it's very interesting that we don't have that with the seamless.
I do like to remind people that we see seams and accept seams in everything else that we have, see, and do. It's in our clothing.
That's a great point.
It's in our drapery. It's in our upholstery. It's in our glass, metal, mirror, everything.
Absolutely. You know what? I've never had it put like that, and I think that's a really great way to showcase it because it is necessary to connect things.
Yes.
Now, if you don't like seams, and I think wall covering is so specific based on end user, you have a seamless collection right over here.
We do, and let me take you over here.
So over here, we have seamless.
Correct. So for those homeowners who do not like the paneling effect, we have our seamless collection, which is very much woven like a fabric.
These are still considered naturals, and because of that movement going vertically and horizontally, then you don't see the paneling effect.
So that keeps it from having that seam throughout each piece that's on the wall.
Absolutely.
So you gave us all of the technical side of why it doesn't look like it has seams, and now we know. Basically, when you see this on a wall, it will look like one continuous look of this throughout. Coming up on SoFlo Home Project, the beauty of specialty and vinyl wall coverings.
It's summertime in Florida, and with summertime brings a lot of afternoon rain. So if you're thinking about changing out your roof, we're going to give you some tips on how to get the most out of your consultation on today's SoFlo Home Project.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are having a great day here at the Philip Jeffries showroom in Hollywood with Mike Sand and Christine Conde. So before the break, we talked a little bit about all the different types of wall covering you have here, just a general overview, but I want to get into the good stuff because that is the specialty items that you offer.
Yeah.
So what have we got here?
So some of these are, again, there are specialty collection. Artisans' hands have taken and recrafted them in some way. They are our higher end price points, but yet they are our iconic pieces.
And these are just when you want that special item, like for a wall that wows.
Absolutely. Here is one of Christine's favorites.
What have we got here?
This is one of my favorite pieces. It's very iconic. And I love the way Mike describes it actually, because he calls it a volcano erupting, which, as you can see from the movement, it has all this great combination of the colors. It comes in different textures. But we also recommend that the designer be present on installation for this, as it has to be adjusted with the height and the way the paneling takes on the wall.
So when you're working with this type of stuff, and this is a good tip because sometimes there's a pattern match, sometimes it's a straight match, depends on how it lines up. But this almost creates a specific, scene.
Absolutely.
It is stunning, and I know that there is more. So what do we got
Yes. And then over here, one of our great introductions is the Grove.
And what is great about this collection is that it has a mylar background. It's like the birthday balloons, the silver birthday balloons that you see. So that forms the background.
Brings that shine,
Yes.
the hints of shine.
Yes, if you feel it, sometimes if people look at it, they'll think it's a print, but it's actually dimensional.
Oh, wow. Now, we've got a lot more to see. I know that we had looked at the specialty stuff, but sometimes some rooms call for more durable product.
And we can show you some examples of that too.
Well, and we're going to check out some of the more durable product. But first, let's see what Tac Renata from FHIA has for us today.
I was recently talking to a friend, and he found out we do roofing, and he was asking a lot of questions. And so they asked me, like, how can I know what's the best way for me to definitely know that what I'm being told is accurate? And it sounds simple, but one of the things I suggested to them is, how much time are you spending with that contractor while they're there? Are you just sitting in your living room and saying, yeah, my roof's up there, go ahead and let me know what you think? Or are you taking that opportunity to go up on that roof with the roofing contractor to really see, do you need a new roof? And then if we decide that a roof is necessary, why? It's really important from the start to be part of that process and really try to evaluate it with them to first determine if it needs done, and second, if it needs done, why it needs done, and what are some of the best solutions so that you don't have those problems in the future. So when I suggested getting on the roof with your contractor, my friend actually kind of laughed and said, well, my contractor didn't get on the roof. He said that he had satellite imaging which showed him my roof and also gave him the measurements of my roof, so there was no need for him to get on the roof. We all have access to that imagery, and it'll show you kind of an idea of what the roof looks like. But being up on the roof, and from experiences of being on roofs, there's sometimes, depending on where that picture is taken from, where you don't always see some problem areas. If they're showing you initially as a contractor that they're pretty lazy and they're not willing to do that work, what do you think it's going to look like if you gave them the opportunity to do that project? Do you think all of a sudden they're going to get really conscientious and be really thorough? more than likely you're going to have a contractor that's also going to shortcut things on the installation side, and you're not going to be happy with that experience. So pay attention to those things because they're really important, and it's something that starts with the initial consultation.
Thanks, Tat. So Mike and Christine, we saw some beautiful specialty wall coverings, but sometimes there's certain areas of the home, perhaps it's a bathroom or more of a high traffic area, where we need something more durable.
Our vinyl collection definitely gives us that opportunity for a performance vinyl, and a lot of people are wanting performance materials in their homes for longevity, color fastness, things like that.
Now let's take a quick note about vinyl wall coverings versus the other types of materials. And now when it comes to the vinyl versus the specialty paper, price point, it varies greatly based on that type of thing as well.
Absolutely. Some of our other goods are, we like to refer to them as handmade. And then these are machine made. As you can see, here's a cork. We have our vinyl shiplap. So, you know, we saw a lot of wood veneers over there, and here we've done vinyl versions with them.
And I love that. It's such a fun, I mean, what a great variety of colors. And I think that one of the most exciting things about wall covering is that you could put a lot of things that look like other things on the wall. Like it looks like wood, but it's wallpaper. And then this looks like fabric.
Yeah.
And if you stand back, you can't even tell that it's a vinyl.
No.
So to the naked eye, you have to touch it.
Again, more of your men's suiting.
Yeah.
Loving the vinyl pinstripe, which is really great.
Real
and-
classy.
Yeah, and great for a boy's room. You know,
Absolutely.
those kids are going to
So
tear that room up.
That's the thing. You want that durable paper, kids' rooms, hallways, bathrooms. I mean, just about anywhere. As a designer, I personally love a great vinyl wall covering because I know it's going to last,
Yeah.
and I'll never have to worry about it. Coming up next, take the guesswork out of matching your color palette to your wall coverings. When it comes to air conditioning efficiency in your home, there's a lot of terms out there like SEERs and a lot of numbers. What do they all mean? We have got some great tips from the experts to find out exactly that. So we're here today joined by Mike Lang, the operations manager with Air Around the Clock. Mike, welcome.
Thank you, Elena.
We hear a lot about energy efficiency when it comes to air conditioning units and SEER. Can you share with our viewers a little bit more about what SEER is?
SEER is Seasonal Energy Efficiency Rating. That's how they rate how efficient a unit is. What we're looking at here is a high SEER unit. Okay, this is a 20 SEER unit made by American Standard. High SEER, and if SEER is really high, your electric bill is really low. That's what it's really
Great
about.
comparison there.
So yeah, so I mean, the average SEER is normally 14 SEER. These are 20, like I said. They run much more efficient. And you can hear it. We are standing next to the air conditioners right now. They are on. So you can tell they're quiet and efficient.
So Mike, a lot of people have older AC units, constantly needing repair, and of course, not as efficient in cooling the home. When should you start thinking about replacing? Is there a certain average year span?
If you should start thinking about replacing after 10 years. I mean, that's about the average life expectancy in Florida. And if you're by the beach, it's even sooner because they rust out. So people are thinking, yeah, that's much more expensive, but it's not more expensive. It's less expensive because when you get this high SEER, you go down with the power bill, you could save as much as $100 a month. And then you finance, like we have, 90% approval rating with us. There's nothing to be nervous about. It's a real easy process. And then they lower the bill, and then the air conditioner pays for itself. So your budget never really changes. It stays the same because, you're saving the $100, you're spending it on the air conditioner, so nothing's different except you got a new air conditioner.
So Mike, right now more than ever, many of us are concerned with indoor air quality. How can Air Around the Clock help with that?
We have numerous solutions for indoor air quality products. We have an iWave, we have an air scrubber, we have UV lights for keeping your coil clean, Remy's. What these products do is they keep the quality of the air inside of your house better than the air outside. They kill COVID-19 also, 99% of the time. You can feel the difference in your breathing in your own home. I have them all in my home.
And is this something that's easy to add to any unit that's currently in the home? Does it take a lot of space?
You can add to any unit in the home. It doesn't have to be a new install. It could be at any time. If you have allergies, if you have asthma, if you have a dog, if you have a cat, all these numerous things create bad indoor air quality. This will clean up. And also, if you look up at your ducts and they look brown, you need your ducts cleaned as well. We do that too.
So most importantly, how do homeowners contact Air Around the Clock to stay cool this summer?
Air Around the Clock, 888 Fix My AC, or go to atcair.com for Air Around the Clock.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are enjoying our day here at the Philip Jeffries showroom with Christine Conde and Mike Sand. And we talked about a bunch of different types of wall covering, but when it comes to really personalizing your home or that one wall or that one room, I think some of these customizable and more digital prints really do the job, and you've got a lot here to show us.
The one great thing that we keep on going back to is the fact that we're bringing the outdoors in.
Absolutely.
We have several possibilities where we could do it in vinyl. The panels come in 11 feet high or 16 feet high, depending on the height of your ceiling.
So there is enough for those high ceilings. I feel like in the past, sometimes when you were thinking about doing certain types of murals, ceiling height always came into play, but 16 feet certainly gives you a lot to play with if you have high ceilings.
Let me show you one of my favorites.
All right, let's see what you got.
Let's see, right up here we have mist. So one of the great things about this is this background actually started as a specialty item. This is one where we had the opportunity to make this into a vinyl, so we have this in our vinyl collection. And then now we've elevated it further with a digital print. We've had requests for people to remove the tree or even add some more trees.
Wow, so you guys here can really customize some of these murals.
Absolutely.
What about color?
We can definitely change color. We use a program called Pure Imagination where the possibilities are endless for design.
So if you have a sample, they're able to match from that, or how do you provide, how does it work?
A paint swatch, a Pantone colorway, even a textile.
You know, we think about art is a great way to add color to the home, but wall coverings can be art on your walls.
Absolutely.
Now, we're keeping in with the nature theme. I know you've got a lot of different types of prints and patterns and textures here, but I wanted to take a peek and I saw this little bit of green
I know this
popping
is one
out.
of your favorites.
Now, we're in South Florida. We love, you know, the palm leaves and all of that sort of tropical vibe.
Again, the digitals create that scene, if you will, and this creating a very tropical scene in these wonderful colors.
We talked a little bit about sort of all of the customizing with color. In this collection, you could do that as well?
Yes, we could do that also in a vinyl.
Nice.
And another point to add is that we call our ceilings the fifth wall. So why not wrap everything and go into the ceiling as well? Gives you that whole jungle look.
You have a lot of that here. I've seen a lot of great installations throughout the showroom, great examples of that. So it's not just about the walls. Think about the ceiling as well. You can wallpaper the whole house. I'm all for adding as much wallpaper as possible because it is such a great way to bring personality, to bring color, texture, pattern, and print into a room. Next on SoFlo Home Project, we strip down the latest in wall covering trends for your home. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we're continuing our day here at the Philip Jeffries showroom in Hollywood with Mike Sand and Christine Conde. So we've talked a lot about wall covering and all of the different options, but I think now the fun part, the trends.
Yes.
All right, so natural look.
Naturals, yeah. So what we're seeing a lot, of course, are your grasses, and again, a chunky weave like this. We have another type of grass weave here. And then one of my favorites, this is very unique how it's dried water hyacinth.
Now I want to just quickly stop you here because I'm seeing a lot of blues. Definitely sort of that feel of nature coming into the influence of home decor.
Yes, definitely a lot of naturals, a lot of blues, but a lot of combinations also with lighter colors.
Other things that we haven't really talked about too much are textiles. So this is from our denim collection and is a tie-dye.
Oh,
which
it really is.
It really
like
is.
Like a denim,
great
very
for,
cool.
for a den or a boys' room, really a lot of fun. Two of our specialty items, these are really incredible.
So pretty.
Tie-dye and tones, and these are made from washi paper that's dip-dyed and hand applied.
And I think the easiest way to dress up any room is with wall coverings. Instantly changes because the installation is quick.
Yep.
So Christine, you got some more trends over there.
Yes, we have a great tool that a lot of our designers like, which are these fan decks. They're almost like the ones that they use with paint chips. So
Yes.
this is a great way to select some of the papers in the different rooms.
A couple other trends you have here. This is really interesting.
This is super excited about this. This is washi paper. It is made from abaca pulp, and abaca is from the banana plant. And so they take and make a mulch or a pulp out of it.
So this is interesting because you mentioned the backstory, and I think in a lot of your specialty wall coverings here, there's always a story.
Do you think this is going to match or line up? Or?
So from what we've learned so far, because this is a specialty paper, I would say that that's part of the beauty of it, and that it will be sort of continuous, but it's not going to be seamless.
It's not going to be exact. Again, man's hand has created this, and but it's going to really showcase a handmade wall covering very well.
Thank you guys so much for sharing and welcoming us into your new showroom here in Hollywood.
Thank you, and we are super excited to host SoFlo Home Project.
And thank you so much, Alena, for making Philip Jeffries part of your segment.
And thank you both. It has certainly been a great day here at Philip Jeffries showroom, and we hope that you at home got a lot of inspiration for your next project. Now let's take a look at what we've got for you next week on SoFlo Home Project. Next week on SoFlo Home Project, the kitchen is one of the most difficult rooms to update, but when done right, it could add a lot of value to your home. We have expert tips to create the kitchen of your dreams. And before we go, let's check in with Hunter Frankie, the host of SoFlo Health, and see what he has going on tomorrow. Hunter, what's up?
Hey there, Alena. I'm going to need you to head down here and help me out because I'm getting beat by the computer in Pong. We're playing video games for your health, and
we check out a new restaurant in Wynwood that's serving superfoods for a super good cause. Dr. Sam shows us how to relieve neck and back pain while driving, and Morgan shows us a bodyweight leg day workout that you can do from home. Plus, Professor Produce talks to us about all of the health benefits of red lentils.
it's all tomorrow right here on SoFlo Health at 12:30 on the one and only Local 10.
Thanks, Hunter. That sounds great. We will definitely be watching. And to our viewers at home, thanks for joining us this week. And we hope to see you again next week for another episode of SoFlo Home Project right here on Local 10. And remember, there's no place like SoFlo Home. If you missed any part of this episode, or if you're looking for more design inspiration, make sure to check out all episodes online at SoFloHomeProject.com. You can also submit your design disasters, and you never know, we could be knocking on your door to help. And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram.